I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying.
So I got a question for you. So in your opinion, what is a breeder's purpose?
Boy, that's a question that the answer can touch one coast to the next coast. We have so many different areas now. I think because the art of breeding has changed so much from what it used to be. When I was 11 years old, we started working hog dogs with them old men. Their purpose was a dog. And it was a hard dog. It was a dog that could do anything, the nastiest jobs. It was going to be relentless in his pursuits to get his job done. And that dog wasn't going to live with the amenities that the dogs of today live with. To me, your purpose has to be set before you start breeding. If you get into breeding and then you set your purpose, you're going to be all over the place, and you're going to be done set up a lot of families for a terrible situation possibly by putting dogs in their homes and you don't know your direction. Also, that falls on the responsibilities of people who are already breeders. When you sell a dog to a person with the purpose of breeding and you haven't clearly defined what their purpose is before you put your pup or dog in their program, which has yet to be developed because they don't know which direction they're going. So that question can have a million answers. But when speaking for myself, I was young, I had a family, I had young children, I traveled a lot. I was blessed to get really good Corsos. And that wasn't the only breed that I had. I had pit bulls, I had Rottweilers, and I had some shepherds later on. I got with breeders who had set the bar of where they knew they wanted to go. So I was blessed to get quality dogs, not perfect dogs, quality dogs that ultimately, when we started breeding, we wanted to breed for families. I didn't want to breed for show. Working, I wanted a dog that was balanced, that had a protective nature that the Corso brought, was structurally sound to X out some of the health conditions, and was intelligent and had the temperament to be around my children. We wanted other families to get that.
Yeah.
So I based my purpose on keeping those qualities throughout my lines. Did we fail sometimes? Absolutely. That's what breeding is. You make a mistake, but you stand behind your dogs to continue fixing your mistake. You don't turn a blind eye to it and push it on somebody else or the buyer for in that situation. So everybody has different purposes. You have show people. Their purpose is to produce show dogs, working guys, working dogs. The only thing is, breeders as a whole should support a breeder that's in their lane,
Yeah.
that's doing it the right way. I can't shun you because you don't want to do working dogs.
Right.
You can't shun me because your purpose is show
Oh.
dogs.
Right.
Holding the breed to a certain standard that whether I have a working dog or not, it doesn't have terrible structure, it doesn't have defects, bad hips, and a lack of intelligence. You, on the other hand, just because you have show dogs, shouldn't want those dogs to not have a drive or a protective nature or these type of things. Truthfully, every dog's not going to have everything.
Yes.
But overall, your goal as a breeder is to be balanced to where your dog doesn't have limitations.
I agree.
So if I do have a show dog, I don't want that show dog to be able to let somebody walk in there and duct tape me
Yeah.
and walk off with his ribbons and the TV.
That's right. That's right.
So I guess that's the way I look at it when it comes to a breeder and its purpose. It has to be defined prior to,
Before you ever start.
before you ever start.
Yeah.
And we talk to people every day that they call and they want to start breeding, and you see some come and you see them go. I see more go than I see stay
Yeah.
with this, because it's more to it than what people sign up for.
Yeah.
You know, and individually, a lady called me the other night. She quit. She just stopped breeding because she lost 4 out of her 6 puppies. She said, "This ain't for me."
Right.
Well, she should have had that defined prior to even thinking about buying a female for breeding.
Yes.
You know, that you don't have the stomach for situations like that, because they happen. I don't know a breeder that hasn't lost a pup, you know, of some sort. So, but when you thought about your purpose, what did you?
I mean, that was the one advantage I had before I ever bred my first dog. You talked to me about purpose. You talked to me about purpose from day one. I just took to it because I had been breeding horses for so many years.
Yeah.
And it just made sense. And again, like you said, you started from programs that were established, knew where they were going. I started from your program, and it was easy for me. I had a lot of background. I wasn't new to breeding. I just had not been breeding dogs, but I always knew what kind of dog I liked.
Right.
And even till this day, if I don't have the kind of dogs I like, I just can't do it.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't be able to do it. But you know, my purpose is, I've always wanted family to have a Corso experience and not just a Corso appearance.
Right. The
And
look of one.
yes, and you know, us being able to train so many dogs, oh, we have a lot of dogs coming here look like Corsos.
Hey, probably out of 20, we have 2
Yes,
or 3 that have what you would say would represent that breed when you say a Corso.
right,
2, maybe 3, maybe 10%.
right.
20, and that's sad that that's what the breed has came to.
Yes, totally agree. And it's a breath of fresh air when you get to put your hands on a couple that's still got Corso between the ears.
Yeah.
And you know, that's the one thing that hurts me today, bothers me a little bit about what I see going on in the Corso world. And not that I've got a whole lot of years in it, but I still understand, you know, a Corso should be a Corso. And you know, to be fair to everybody, I understand that the Corso could not be the Corso of old, because 99% of people couldn't handle that dog.
That's
So I kind of understand the Corsos we have today, but I think where it's being taken to, I'm worried about what we'll have in the next 5 years or so.
Yeah.
But with that being said, what I would hope to see, you know, even in the German Shepherd world, they say this is a working Shepherd, this is a show Shepherd.
Right.
And everybody gets along because you knew the purpose of the breeding.
Right.
You know, I would like to see Corsos go into homes that are, like you said, pretty much same as stable temperaments. I prefer the ones a little bit more athletic, but again, people for apartments and, you know, they don't have a lot of room. They kind of need the ones that's a little bit more lazy. It fits their situation.
Right.
But you got to kind of know your purpose so that when somebody calls, you're not just trying to dump a puppy on them because you need to move them. You can say, I got a puppy, but this really not fitting what you asking for.
Right.
You know, but you know, some people won't do that. I think, you know, integrity is a missing value now.
It comes far and few, especially in the breeding side of things. But under no circumstance am I saying I'm perfect and
No.
I've got it all.
Any breeder that says that is
Man,
like, let me
watch
tell you
out,
something. Breeding is almost like Shaq shooting free throws. You know what I mean? Any breeder that talk like they just hitting it every time, listen to me, they don't know the Lord. Cause it's too many caveats.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. Well, I think that's a really good answer for that.